For my digital argument, I looked at one YouTuber with the username Nazrilla, who created this video where he edited scenes from the Disney movie Pocahontas to fit the plot of James Cameron's Avatar. The argument is that Avatar was just a modern Pocahontas and ripped off the plot, or as Nazrilla put it, this video helps illustrate that Avatar is really just Pocahontas in space. Let's take a look at the video with some sound.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are not in Kansas anymore. You are on Pandora.
You should see your faces.
We have an indigenous population called the Na'vi. They are very hard to kill.
This is why we're here. Because this little gray rock sells for 20 million a kilo. Their village happens to be resting on the richest deposit, and they need to relocate. Those savages are threatening our whole operation. We're on the brink of war, and you're supposed to be finding a diplomatic solution.
This video went viral after its release about a month following the release of Avatar. Many people began to discredit Avatar in agreement with Nazrilla's argument and felt that they had been duped and that this film was nothing original and therefore nothing worth seeing and enjoying. I feel that this could not be farther from the truth. To acknowledge similarities is one thing, but this video exaggerates them to the point where people forget how different these movies really are, with the exception of the bare bones that the foreigners invade an indigenous species and two people have a forbidden love. The majority of movies made in the last 50 years have a similar argument that can be made about it. Having similarities with other works of art doesn't necessarily lessen either of them. Movies are an art form, and all art forms come from some sort of inspiration. For example, both Ants and A Bug's Life are animated movies told from a personified ant's point of view. The Truman Show and EdTV are both about a show that follows a person's life from the day they were born until they finally catch on and want out. Friends with Benefits and No Strings Attached are both romantic comedies that start off with a couple who agree to hook up without any relationship, but then eventually fall for each other and get their happy ever after. White House Down and Olympus Has Fallen are both about the White House and the president being under attack, and the manly protagonist coming to the rescue and saving the day. You might be thinking to yourself that these movies are rather unoriginal to begin with, and not very good movies regardless, so let's kick it up a notch. Christopher Nolan's Interstellar, one of the most incredible and unique movies from most people's recent memory, is currently ranked at 32 on IMDb's Top 250 movies. Could be critiqued to be being very similar to the cult classic 2001: A Space Odyssey, down to the twist endings where the main characters are being hurled through a wormhole Stargate in space. Shawshank Redemption, considered to be the best movie created by many critics and ranked number 1 on IMDb's Top 250, could also be hyperanalyzed and cut to look like similar films such as Escape from Alcatraz or The Great Escape, which both came out way before Shawshank and are all about prison breaks and wrongful imprisonment. War movies fit this mold as well, as there's always recurring themes and that war is hell, that you'll lose one of your best friends, and that you'll be messed up long after war is over. Marvel's new movie Doctor Strange is about a billionaire who suffers a downfall that ruins him and his career, which inflated his ego. He then has a life-changing experience that grounds him, and eventually he learns how to fight for good with his newfound powers, while stopping evil and ultimately prevailing in the end. Now, does that sound familiar? All art can be compared to other art, as all art is inspired by something. Warhol, for example, had his most famous paintings consist of things that already exist, such as soup or Marilyn Monroe. Does this lessen Campbell's Soup or Marilyn at all? Most definitely not. Just as films have similar features to other movies, this doesn't discredit them. It's simply an inevitable method of the creative process. Hip-hop uses existing songs all the time to use the beat for their own songs, and no one bats an eye when this happens. Similar to sampling a song to create one of your own, a movie might like an aspect of a plot to incorporate in their own movie, and this should only enhance it, not hurt it. What you've been hearing in the background is Bob Dylan's song Lay Lady Lay. This might sound familiar to you because Kid Cudi uses the song for the beat of his song I Be High.
Hey, I be high when I split a Dutch and fill it up. I be high when I get my money doubled up. I be high when the model wanna let me cut. I be high when I'm shining cause my diamonds blush. I be low.
So YouTuber Nazrilla's argument that discredits Avatar and makes it out to be exactly like Pocahontas is not only exaggerated and skewed, but not a bad thing that they share similar plot points, as inspiration comes from the past and other works of art, and that doesn't make the end product any less credible, authentic, or genuine.
In the club while I'm popping bug. I be high.